If you are new to this channel, I am your boy Rio, and today we're gonna go over some evidence. You hear me? Much needed evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, this evidence, this is crazy. He been locked up, I think, for like 2 years. You know, a man, supposedly an innocent man, has been locked up for 2 years, and you know they've been dragging his name through the mud. I was just on Twitter the other day. I don't know why I was there, but I just was seeing like all of the hate that's going on. These women are just hating. Like, they're like, oh, DDG, this court case, Chris Brown in jail, Tory Lanez got stabbed 14 times. Oh, I'm gonna need him to get stabbed. Somebody stab him, please, again. Like, it's like, what is going on? Like, this world is being divided for no reason. Literally no reason. You're literally giving a fuck about somebody you don't even know, and you don't even know it to be true just because, you know, you like her, so you believe her. But we know history has shown that women lie. Women lie, man. All right, so I'm ready to get into it. I think we're good as far as evidence. Listen, where is this browser? All right, you see my mouse? All right, we going in. The truth uncovered. Suppressed evidence proves Tory Lanez is innocent. For best viewing results, please turn your phone and refresh the page if you're on mobile. I'm not on mobile, baby. I got a PC. Come on. Who's in here? Where's the love at? Oh, yeah. What is this? Why am I still on Twitter? All right, here we go. I'm getting into it. I'm ready to get into it. Mind you, I'm doing this all with a hurting shoulder, right? My shoulder is on fire. Truth becomes clear when the facts... Wait a minute. I can't even see that. Should I make this bigger? Probably, right? I should make this bigger. All right, we're going to have to get rid of my background. I was going to keep the background, but... that's fine. I'll be in front of it. All right, boom. All right. We're in the evidence files right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if this music is... Can y'all hear the music? Hold on, before we get started. The music, is it good, or should I mute it? Let me know if I should mute this music. I think I'm gonna mute it, just in case I feel like chopping it up. Cause it's just gonna be plain stupid. All right. Let's talk about it. Here we go. All right. Truth becomes clear when the facts come to light. Key inconsistencies, unreliable testimony. What? Truth becomes clear when the facts come to light. Key inconsistencies, unreliable testimony, and missing evidence prove Daystar Peterson, FKA Tory Lanez, was convicted based on a flawed and incomplete narrative. I'm about to say incompetent. Bro. So I guess they're going to be ready to prove this. Through Megan Pete's own words, police reports... If y'all see me fumbling around, it's because my shoulders hurt him. Oh my God. All right. Through Megan Pete's own words, police reports and expert analysis, the facts suggest... Let me read it again. Through Megan Pete's own words, police reports, and expert analysis, the facts suggest Tory Lanez did not fire the weapon and tried to stop the conflict. The case deserves to be reconsidered, and the evidence points to a different truth. Well, who didn't know that? We all knew that. He's basically been railroaded because it's him versus Rock Nation. I ain't afraid to say it. All right, here we go. Fact checklist. Let's see what we talking about. What's they talking about? Fact checklist. Megan told police and doctors she stepped on glass, not shot. Video and officers confirm Megan stepped on a glass bottle, not hit by gunfire. Sean Kelly testified. Two women fought in the street. One fired first. Tory was still in the car. Kelsey tested positive for gunshot residue. Her DNA was never tested against the gun. Kelsey received free rent for a year after the shooting. Who paid and why? Oh, wow. Now that's new. That's news to me. I mean, women get that all the time, but hey, it could be considered. EJ said an object in the girl's luggage looked like a gun. Megan claims she spoke out in response to Tory, but the timeline proves she went public first. Tory's DNA was not found on the magazine. Only 0.01% of the gun, statistically irrelevant. 90% of DNA on the gun belonged to the unknown male, not Tory. Tory's jail call apology was about the drama of sleeping with two friends, not a shooting. Tory has repeatedly said, I would never do anything like this. No bullet fragments on x-ray, no nerve damage, fractures, or joint trauma, and Megan's medical. That's what I'm saying. Let me stop right there before I even get any further. First of all, bro, you know a liar when you see a liar, bro. She's a liar. Oh, I got shot in the foot, and then you limping back. And then I remember like it was like a week later, you was performing, dropping it low on your knees. I ain't never seen somebody get shot in the foot and is able to just dance and they say that there's a bullet that was removed and like, how you still moving the way you move? I know people don't even get shot, get a grade shot and still can't use their limb. What are you talking about? I would never do anything like okay. Bullet fragments were lost, never presented at trial. Prosecutors misused Tory rap lyrics, tattoos, and uncharged allegations to sway the jury. Yeah, I mean, they was gonna. You already knew that was gonna happen. Kelsey's story changed multiple times. She admitted to lying under pressure. Megan's own timeline and injuries don't match the story of a shooting. Now that's a fact. Now they have some side notes on the side. I'm supposed to, hold on. I think because I got the screen small, I'm gonna have to full screen this. Hold on. I was gonna try to keep it small, but they got a lot. They got a lot going on. They got a lot going on. So let's just shrink it. Look at all this. Look at all this. You can't see. I feel like this stuff is gonna be too small. You know what I mean? I feel like it's too small. But let's see. Let's see how this looks. Okay. Can we see the side information? No, I still don't see the side information. Why is that? Okay, I guess. All right, so I gotta shrink it. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. I couldn't zoom in on it. I could move it. I could just move it. Let's just read the side now. I move it as we need to see it, and then I can still put I can still put my background on. Okay, there we go. So we can read it. Tory, please note, Tory was not on probation at the time of the incident. He wasn't a felon, nor did he have a criminal record before the case. The owner of the gun had been sealed and has never been determined. Bottom line, the facts don't add up. The case against Tory Lanez is built on shifting stories, missing evidence, and lies. Tory Lanez did not shoot Megan. Who believed that? But the birds who followed her. Who believed that Tory Lanez shot Megan, except for birds that follow her? I'm just saying, like, ain't nobody ever believe that. Let's go. What we got here? Okay, here we go. We got some more evidence on this side. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. What are they about to present to us? I see this guy, Megan, Mona Schaefer Edwards. Okay, Mona Schaefer Edwards. Kelsey Harris and blah 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 blah. Okay, so this is basically gonna confirm some stuff. All right. All right, let's see what we got. We got what happened? Stepping into the truth, glass or gunshot. What did Megan say happened in the hospital? Timeline, contradictions, Megan claimed, blah, 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 blah. Sean Kelly's testimony, oh, these are the things that we're going to go through. Okay. Okay, so we just go through it. We just need to go through it. Okay, here's the first video. We got a video. Now, do I have the audio for this media source? I do not think so. So let me add it. Capture audio. Got it. Let's do that.
I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that.
Okay, in her own words, I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. Why are they saying that? It's the question. I might have to shrink this just because it's not really giving me the full screen, bro. All right, let me move this. Let me just move it. Keep it active right here. Okay. And okay, we good. Yeah, let's go. That's fine. It's better than nothing. All right. So why they saying that? Let's see. I think I should shrink myself. Maybe that's the issue. Hope y'all working with me because I ain't never covered a story like this. Let me make myself a little small. I'm too big. You know what I'm saying? I need to read this. All right. I ain't never been cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. Why are they saying that? Stepping into the truth, glass or gunshot. The following videos 1, 2, 3, 4A and 4B show Megan Thee Stallion injured at the scene, stating that she was cut by glass and not shot. Officers on site also confirmed that she stepped on a glass bottle. These clips are key in understanding the initial report and the shift in her later statements. All right, let's watch it.
Ma'am, do you think we're going to go to jail?
What's that?
Do you think we're going to go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
The glass.
Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from. But I'm not from here, so I...
Okay.
I'm quiet right now. Megan, this right here, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen this.
I didn't get shot.
I don't know if this has been out. It's probably been out before. But this ain't looking good, bro. This ain't looking good at all.
Yeah.
Bro, she wasn't forcing that statement. She was not forcing that statement or anything like that. She wasn't doing anything of that sort. She was just lying. She's just lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a liar. Bro, you're lying. That's all the evidence I need. I don't even want to... Hold on. Keep
What happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
The glass.
Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from. But I'm not from here, so I...
Okay.
I don't see a nigga in pain, crying tears, doing any of the shit that she was doing when she's on camera and it's time to talk. I see a liar. And I've been around liars my whole life. I know what a liar is when I see it. I mean, I'm not really proving anything to myself. I'm proving it to you guys, I'm just giving y'all the evidence that they're providing, but who didn't believe that she was lying this whole time? Who didn't believe that? I didn't. I didn't believe she wasn't telling the truth. I didn't believe she was telling the truth at all. What's this next one? Let's see.
Any evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where happened, so that's all we have so
Alright,
far.
So nothing happened in the vehicle.
No,
As
we,
of
no,
right now,
we don't
no.
have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told. Okay.
And then there's some cash over, looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut? Or who cut her?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass
She
right
dropped
here.
a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
Okay.
And getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, stories are changing and change. Oh, that nigga shot me. That nigga shot me. She was going so hard. Hold on, where's that? Where's it at? Look how she sounded in this video that we passed already. I don't know what the fuck. How she sounded in this video.
I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that.
And sound like that in that video. It's right there on the floor.
It's right down the floor.
yeah.
Rear passengers step out of the vehicle. Let me see your hands. Show us your hands. Come out with your hands up. Okay? Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up. Alright, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back. Keep going. Keep going. Hey, stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
It's right down the floor.
Yeah.
Bro, this nigga's a liar. I need to get into these videos too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna get into those next. She cut herself when she stepped out.
She cut herself when she stepped out.
Oh, who said that? Hold on. Who said that?
She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out.
She cut herself when she stepped out. Hold on. Let me watch that again. Hold on. Hold on.
It's right down the floor.
Yeah.
Listen before. Listen when she got out. When she got out, when she went. I don't know. I didn't really check that. She get out. She dropped the bottle. Oh, she dropped the bottle.
Show us your hands. Come out with your hands up. Okay? Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up.
Oh, there she go. There she go. There she go. Did y'all see that?
My voice. Alright,
Look.
move back to the sound of my voice. Alright, move back. Alright,
Look at her feet.
okay? Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up.
Dumbass.
Alright,
She's a
move back to
liar.
the sound of my
Bro,
voice.
she's a liar,
Keep
bro.
your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice.
Oh,
Move back. Keep going. Keep going.
bro. Liar. This is a liar right here. This is dirty work
Hey,
right here.
stop. Move to the left. Keep moving.
It's right down the floor.
Oh yeah, she's a liar.
Yeah.
Bro, if they let her go, bro, they let her go. They
Move
need
back to the
to
sound of my voice.
Move back.
Back.
Oh,
Keep
she
going.
cut herself.
Keep going.
Who the fuck's laid in the street? Oh, she cut herself. Hold on. Let me hear it again.
Move back to the sound of my voice.
Move back.
Back.
Oh,
Keep
she
going.
cut herself.
Keep going.
Hey, man. But she got a bullet in her foot that we ain't never seen. Okay. Not looking good for you. It ain't looking good for you, shorty. In her own words, the police bitch was being so rude.
I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking. But I'm still not saying what happened. Shit crazy.
Okay. What is that supposed to prove? I have no idea what that's supposed to prove. What did Megan say happened in the hospital? Police calmly spoke with Megan, who said she stepped on the glass and mentioned she already had cuts on her right foot from stepping on glass days before.
You were just one ball step on the glass. I have another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into the ambulance. And then at that point, your friends were running down and running to the hospital.
Yeah, that I mean, I don't know about that. That ain't enough evidence right there because she could have just been lying just to lie. But it doesn't matter. There's way more evidence that proves that he was not the person who shot her. I had another cut on my right foot. I just stepped on the glass the other day. In her own words, I tried to keep it off the internet. However, Megan spoke first.
So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet.
Okay. Timeline contradiction, Megan claims. Megan claims she spoke. Can y'all see all this that I'm seeing? I'm bringing it higher. Megan claims she spoke out in the response to Tory, but the timeline shows she went public first. Nothing negative as this. That's why I don't want to say nothing in the first place. This would have never came out if Tory would have never went to the internet telling everybody his side of the story. Terrible because I didn't want to say anything in the first place. So not only did I not say anything, but now you want me to get ahead of it and make yourself look like you some type of victim. Why you did not want to you saying anything in the first place? Mr. McDazen, objection, asked and answered. The court. I think we've covered that. Sustained by Miss TA. What was your plan when this first happened as far as what you would say? I wasn't going to say anything. I didn't want it to go anywhere. I'm embarrassed. I don't know what the police. I know you told the police that you stepped on a broken glass. About 4 days later, did you come forward to the police and tell them who shot you? Yes. And was that to a detective? Yes. In those 4 days, what brought about the change of heart? I had a change of heart because I saw online that he had tried to start getting ahead of the story and putting it on a bunch of different narratives about what happened. So how did that make you feel? Okay. The narrative that is being reported about this was Megan's post about being shot. The narrative that is being reported about Sunday's morning's events are inaccurate, and I'd like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery and to remove the bullets. I'm incredibly grateful to be alive and that I am expected to make a full recovery, but it was important for me to clarify the details about this traumatic night. I am currently focused on my recovery so I can return back to my life and back to making music as soon as possible. You know what I was thinking about when I was reading that? I was just thinking about just what the stuff you have to tell boys now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't let these boys be, falling in love with these girls no more, man. These girls are no good, man. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, look at the difference in victim. She got stepped on some glass from this whole situation, and in return, he got stabbed 14 times with a collapse in lungs. You get what I'm saying? It's not even fair. All right, whatever. Let's see. Okay. Megan names Daystar to police, right? Megan goes live Daystar's birthday. Megan publicly names Daystar as the shooter. 7:15, 7:16, 7:27, 8:20. To my fans, I'm sorry for my silence, but respectfully, I got time today. 9 p.m. Nigga, they start tweets for the first time. They start spoke on IG Live response to Megan. Okay, so basically, she's a liar. She's been, yeah, okay. So I get what they're saying. They're saying that she's the one who went out of her way telling everybody everything. This is the proof is here. He didn't even tweet until 2 months later. In her own words, I never put my hands on anybody. We both know that's a lie. We all
I
know
never
that's a
put
lie.
my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to
Right.
the way that it did.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance, and he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times.
What is this? Harlem Nights? What's that movie? Is it Harlem Nights? Dance, bitch. All right. Let's see. You got to prove that. You know, this whole world is under video surveillance. So let's see it. Megan and Kelsey had a physical altercation. Eyewitnesses and physical evidence indicated physical fight between Megan Pete and Kelsey Harris. Kelsey had open wounds and cuts on her leg that were actively bleeding. No injuries were reported on Tory Lanez. The fight was between the women. Look at them legs. Look at them legs. Knots on the forehead. Who a snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a bitch that got her chain snatched caught a loss had something to say. Oh, is that the song? Megan's song lyrics from Shots Fired. Who a snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a bitch that got her chain snatched caught a loss had something to say. I ain't never listened to that song. I'm not about to play it either. In her words, there's a witness.
The people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police.
His name is Sean Kelly. Okay. Sean Kelly's testimony. Eyewitness Sean Kelly told police and later testified under oath that he saw two women fighting in the street. Who's Sean Kelly? Let me see if I can find Sean Kelly. I never even looked these people up because I thought it wasn't going to go this far because it just sounded like a lie. This ain't the right Sean Kelly. Tory, let's see. Who is Sean Kelly? Ain't no photos of this nigga. All right, whatever. We'll come back. Okay, let's see. Let's watch the video.
Wait.
No, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't really they were on my side. The girl opened the door. It was two girls fighting, and then they shot. And she got out of the car and crawled over.
Okay, hold on. Let me hear that again.
Wait.
No, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't really they were on my side. The girl opened the door. It was two girls fighting, and then they shot. And she got out of the car and crawled over.
Okay. Let's play it again. I'm gonna play it one more time.
Wait.
Oh, hold on. What y'all say?
No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded.
Oh yeah, bro, she was lying.
On my side, the girl opened the door. It was two girls fighting, and then they shot. And she got out of the car and crawled over.
Nah, bro, she's lying. She's a liar, nigga. Like, he don't have no reason to lie. He don't know who they are. He's an older white man. He doesn't know Tory Lanez. He don't know Megan Thee Stallion. That's not his. He just was telling what he saw. So he don't have no reason to lie for her. But yeah, nah, bro, nah, bro. She's a liar. We already knew that she was a liar. Who didn't know she was a liar? She's a liar. Let's go further. All right, and what did you see next, sir? They were fighting. They had started fighting. 2 girls, yes. And when you say that 2 girls were fighting, could you describe to the jury what you observed? What they were doing and what they were fighting about. Not about, but who were they fighting? They were pulling their hair and hitting each other. And it was quite violent. This is initially when you still come and when you still only see the 2 girls, correct? Yes. And what happened at this point? Was the fight continuing? Was it stopped? They were fighting for a while because I told my son to come into my room. And I asked him to get into my bed too. And then they were still fighting. They was all bent over, sort of wrapped in each other fighting. But she didn't hit nobody. Hold on. I thought you said she didn't fight nobody. Hold on. Where's that video at? In her own words, I tried to keep it off the internet. Hold on, where's that? I put my hands on nobody. Here we go.
I never put my hands on anybody.
Okay, and then right here, what was happening? They were fighting violently. All this extra shit. They're just, bro, she's a liar. I never believed it. Not one day did I believe it. I just thought it was unfortunate, and there's nothing I could do. What am I gonna do? Sean Kelly's testimony. Sean Kelly testified that the 2 women were fighting, and one of them fired the first few shots while Tory was still in the car. He said Tory got out afterward and tried to take the gun away. Here we go. This is the most important. Okay, did you state, sir, that the shorter gentleman didn't come out of the car until the initial shot, fireworks, had started? Yeah. Excuse me. Yes. So when the initial shot or fireworks had started, isn't it true you stated that my client was still in the car? Yeah, I believe so. The shorter gentleman was in the car. Yes. Okay. Did you state that initially you saw the 2 girls fighting? I did. Yes. Did you say that after you saw the 2 girls fighting, you saw one of the girls shoot, sir? I believe so. But thereafter, did you say that the shorter guy got involved at that point trying to take the gun away? Mr. Bott, objection. Leading the court. Overruled. Is that what you said? The witness. Yeah. Okay. So how a man get arrested? I'm so confused. Am I tripping? Like, am I bugging? There's no way she should have won this. So I guess it's not proven, and it's not proven. It's innocent until proven guilty. That's a complete lie. We know that now. We all know it now. Sean Kelly's statement to investigators. In a separate interview, Sean Kelly said that he saw Kelsey and Megan fighting violently, with Kelsey, rear passenger, attacking Megan, front passenger. The driver, Jaquan, tried to intervene. He stated that the woman fired the gun while Tory Lanez, described as the shorter black guy, was still in the backseat of the SUV. There is no way Tory fired the gun 5 times. Here we go.
The doors of the Escalade open and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger.
Bring it back.
The doors of the Escalade open and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger?
Yes.
And she opens up the car door?
Yes.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other and they start fighting.
The 2 girls?
Okay,
yeah, I can see one feet coming out trying to kick her and the other one's fighting and then the passenger
This should have been
out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
The front. Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I want to.
I just said that.
I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want
And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl then had to sight her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. Passenger. They get out. They start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
Bro, it's over, man. It's over. That mean, you know what? That means not only did we know that this is the truth, everybody who was there knew that wasn't true. So how come none of those police that was there, that witnessed all the information, come forward with none of that? How come none of the neighbor, how come just these random statements was enough to put somebody in jail when all this evidence was out here proving that it wasn't true in the first place? That's what I want to know. Oh, let's play the next one.
Then the gun. Then the girl shoots it. So she.
Hold up.
The gun. Then the girl shoots it.
Boom. What else evidence do you need? And the girl shoots. The girl shoots it. I don't even need to see no more evidence. What are we talking about? This is clearly dumb. This is the dumbest case in history. Bro, you know what this is reminding me of? Tory Lanez, you have been wrong. You've been wrong by the entire system. You've been wrong by 50% of the United States. Like, bro, you need this man he should be able to sue the whole legal system. He should be able to sue the whole legal system. They have video evidence, they have eyewitnesses, they have testimonies, they have all these things that they just disregarded, tossed out. You know what I'm saying? All because of a female that has connections. That's really what this is. It's just a female connection. This is what it's about. She's worth more out of jail than she is in jail. So let me do anything I can to make sure she stays out of jail. But Tory, he's separated from anyone getting their money. So fuck him. He don't give us no money anyway. Let's just put him in the prison. Let her be free. Because it's easier to blame her anyway. Dumb. This is dumb. This is a money play. Tory, sue the entire system, bro. Sean Kelly describes Kelsey in rear passenger. Sean Kelly explicitly says the girl shoots. Sworn eyewitness testimony. Sworn in. Key witness corroborate Sean Kelly's story. There's key witnesses. Together, the statement of Smith, James, and Kelly paint a consistent picture. Two women were fighting. A woman fired the gun. Tory tried to de-escalate the situation. How you go to jail for trying to stop someone from dying? I need someone to talk to me, please. I can't be the only person talking. I need y'all to let me know if I'm tripping. Bro is in jail. Bro was in jail from trying not to get somebody killed. He tried to make sure that nobody got killed and went to jail for it. That shit crazy. Hold on. My mouse. Can't even find the mouse. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's read. I gotta read all of this. I don't even know if y'all can see. This looks blurry. Let me zoom in. Wait. What just happened? How we jumped that far? All right. This is the most I could do. I don't know if y'all can see this. I'm gonna read it for you though. I was the driver and bodyguard of Mr. Daystar Peterson, who was better known as Tory Lanez. In July of 2020, Mr. Peterson has been known to me for 7 years. And at the time of the incident, I had worked for Mr. Peterson for 3 years. He has not only been my employer, but I also consider him to be a close personal friend. On July 12, 2020, I was asked to drive Mr. Hold on, let me bring it even closer because I don't want people thinking that I'm reading nonsense. Hold on. Can I get it closer? Zoom it in. Zoom in, bro. What the hell? Oh, I guess you can't zoom in. What kind of nonsense is this? All right, whatever. I don't know. I'm trying. All right. Mr. Peterson I was asked to drive Mr. Peterson to the home of Kylie Jenner, where Miss Megan Pete and Kelsey Harris were present. Mr. Peterson was at Miss Jenner's home for approximately 2 hours when I received the call to come pick up Miss Pete and Miss Harris. Miss Pete and Miss Harris and myself left Miss Jenner's house. First of all, what did Jenner Kylie even say? What did she say about the situation? I hope she didn't lie. Miss Jenner's home, but I was asked to pick up Miss Pete to return because she stated that she had forgotten a shoe. Miss Pete and Miss Harris and myself left Miss Jenner's home, but I was asked by Miss Pete to return because she stated that she forgotten her shoe. When we arrived at Miss Jenner's home at this time, Miss Harris stayed in the car while Miss Pete exited. Miss Pete did not enter the home at this time, and she went around the back to the pool area where Miss Peterson was located. Both Miss Pete and Mr. Peterson, what am I talking about? Mr. Peterson, ain't that crazy? Miss Pete and Mr. Pete, that's, you know what? Returned to the car after a few minutes. Miss Pete was blocking, what does that say? Miss Pete was bickering, but I am unsure of the exact words she was saying. She seemed upset. The four of us left Miss Jenner's residence. As I began to drive, Miss Pete started to fight with Mr. Peterson. They were going back and forth. I remember Mr. Peterson saying to Miss Pete that he was going to tell Miss Harris what was going on. I do not remember what street we were on, but Miss Pete asked me to stop the vehicle. I did as she asked, and Miss Pete went to sit on a nearby bus stop. Mr. Peterson went and spoke with Miss Pete. After about 2 minutes, they returned to the car, and I began driving again. Okay, does this sound like somebody that's going to shoot somebody? Does this sound like a person who is basically uncontrollably angry at you and he wants to wild out on you? I see a person that's trying to resolve a situation. He might be caught in the middle of something that they shouldn't be doing. Okay, let's figure it out. At least not stay on this bus stop. Let's just go home and we'll deal this in a safer environment. You know, I'm responsible for you. This is his car and this is his driver. You know, you basically came with him. As I began, the four of us left Miss Peterson. I do not remember the street. Blah blah. Miss Peterson argued. Okay, driving again. Miss Pete started the argument again, and Miss Harris asked what was going on. Mr. Peterson told her that he and Miss Pete had been dating and intimate. Miss Harris was upset by this, and she and Mr. Peterson. No, hold up. Let's not, bro. Miss Harris was upset by this, and she and Mr. Peterson had been dating in the same manner. Hold on. No, I skipped. Miss Harris asked what was going on, and Mr. Peterson told her that he and Miss Pete had been dating and intimate. Okay. Did she not say she wasn't dating this person? Did she not say she wasn't sleeping with this person? Did she find out that she got caught up later on and said, oh yeah, I fucked him maybe once or twice on a drunk night? Like, she's just lying all the way through. The fuck? How you fuck somebody on accident twice? I need to stop cursing. I'm gonna stop cursing. All right, anyway. Mr. Peterson, Miss Harris was upset by this, and she and Mr. Peterson have been dating in the same manner. Prior to any relationship with Miss Pete and Miss Harris began fighting. Oh, so he was her girl. He was her man first. They been dating. So, you know what? Let me shut up. For the owner of the company of various blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. I pulled over to stop them. Miss Peter and Miss Harris both got out of the vehicle and continued to fight, both verbally and physically. I broke up the fight and was pulling Miss Pete toward the back of the car. I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Come on. I don't know what I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Didn't she ask for what's the word when you can't get arrested? I forget it. Somebody tell me. Harris got the vehicle and continued to fight toward Miss Harris. It's hard to I get lost because it's so small. I don't understand why the fuck it's so small. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling. Mr. Peterson to Miss Harris. I was pulling Miss Peterson and did not see. Okay. I saw Miss Harris with a gun in her hand. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss Pete. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss Pete. He ran from behind her and himself toward Miss Harris. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling as Mr. Peterson tried to unarm Miss Harris. How could this be a sworn affidavit that never was used? I was still pulling Miss Pete and did not see who shot the weapon. I was lucky I was not harmed. And in my opinion, Miss Pete was also fortunate. The whole incident happened so quickly within just a couple of minutes. I wanted, and did she say that everything happened quickly? She said that. I wanted to present the evidence during Mr. Peterson's trial, but was prevented from doing so as the district attorney was not ready to cross-examine me. And later, they did not call me due to the holidays and the court schedule. I believe I should have been allowed to present this evidence at trial. Come on. So what is this? This for the owner of the company on various similar projects. Miss Kelsey Harris hired elite security to accompany her to court the 2 day she was testifying. This is the only time she has been a client. I have not worked for Daystar Peterson nor Megan Pete. I heard these statements as we were in the car, getting a bite to eat after court. We went to the restaurant named Fixins. Miss Harris and the father of her child were the only people in the car. She later also said similar statements to the attorney of record in front of the courthouse and in the cafeteria. She was nervous and speaking, generally asking questions. Her lawyer was telling her it would be okay and she could plead the fifth if she was uncomfortable. I heard Miss Harris question, how can I not tell on myself? And how am I protected if I tell certain things? I heard Miss Harris question, how can I not tell on myself? And how am I protected if I tell certain things? The father of her child explained immunity to her. That's what I was looking for, immunity. At Fixins, Miss Harris stated that she shot the gun 3 times in the air, and Daystar Peterson ran up to her and grabbed her arm, pushing it down, causing the gun to fire twice more. I have not said these statements until now, as I have heard rumors of the threats that others have received from being involved in this case. Also, I did not want to lose my employment, as I rely on such to care for my children. I was trying not to eavesdrop, but I could not help but overhear these statements. Generally, elite security does follow confidentiality, yet we do not have such an agreement on file. I have decided to come forward as this has been weighing on my conscience, and I have decided the right thing to do is to come forward with this misinformation. Bro, I don't even want to read it anymore. Like, what's the point of this whole situation? Like, what is the purpose of this? Oh, I'm blocking it. Yo, why nobody said I was blocking it? I'm over here reading it. I'm standing all up in the way. Hold on. Let's just do all of this. Let's resize all of this. I'm just gonna keep myself small. I'm just keep myself small because I'm blocking all the evidence. Nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing. How can I trust y'all, huh? Anyway, more information. You can tell that this is it's us for sure, a handgun, but you see something like a handgun. Is that a fair to say? Yeah. This is EJ's testimony suggesting gun in girl's bag. EJ King, Megan's former stylist, said an object in her purse looked like a handgun. EJ said he may have seen things that looked like a gun in the bag or purse, but he never asked questions or confirmed what they were. This adds to the reasonable doubt. If Kelsey had the gun, there was a great possibility Tory cannot be the shooter. Hold on, how much more we got? We right here. All right, we halfway done. Okay, we halfway done. It's actually crazy. Sir, when we were upstairs just a few minutes ago, do you recall stating that you have seen things that look like a handgun? Oh yeah, it looks like, but like I said, if I picked it up, no, but something like it, yes. Well, let me ask you this. You may have not picked that up, and you're telling us you don't know if it's an actual working firearm, correct? Right. Have you seen anything in any of the bags or any time you've been out without security? Have you been seen anything that resembles something like that? Something that looked like a weapon, a firearm? Possibly, yes. What do you mean, possibly? Is that a yes, sir? Yes, possibly. I don't go through them to check for a firearm, but I may have seen stuff in bags that I packed, but like I said, I haven't. You never ask questions. You never ask what this is. Is it a firearm? No. Harris' testimony inconsistent and unreliable. Kelsey Harris initially told prosecutors she witnessed the shooting, but later recanted on that stand, admitting she lied under pressure. Her Fifth Amendment plea and contradictions compelled the prosecutions to introduce her prior statements in full, highlighting their unreliability. Her credibility was compromised, raising reasonable doubt. I can tell you the time, but yes, July 12, 20. I can't tell you the time, but yes, July 12th, 2020. And you saw what happened during that shooting, didn't you? I mean, again, no. The way I was positioned, honestly, no. Okay, in September, when you were interviewed with us, it was not a blur, correct? Again, I said things to protect myself that night. Okay, well, you said that day, you said it's a blur. You're trying to protect yourself, but you're telling us you didn't see anything or you didn't hear anything. It's a blur. Is that right? I didn't see anything. So, passenger area. Again, when I spoke with you, I said a few different things. Did you shoot Tory, or excuse me, did you shoot Megan? No. Who shot Megan? Again, when I was getting out of the car, all I heard was shots. I didn't actually see. Did you tell us that did you tell us that when you looked at maybe the second or third gunshot? What? Did you tell us that when you looked at maybe the second or third gunshot? That's when you see Tory, and he's in the front seat, and he must have jumped over into the front seat, and he's leaning over the door, over the window. Do you remember telling us that? Again, our interview was not 100% truthful. Huh? Kelsey confirmed she was not bribed. Kelsey Harris testifies under oath that no bribery occurred. No financial records or corroborating evidence support the bribery claim. Hold on, bro. Make sure everything's going right. Actually, no, I don't even need to do that. What am I doing? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure my Twitch is moving correct. Okay. There's also been a lot of talk about bribery, and I want to, before I go into the facts, I want to talk about that. Has my client paid you anything? No. There is talk about hush money that Megan's people have put out there. Has my client paid any money to you, ma'am? No. And I would actually like to make that very clear because I seen some things earlier from her attorney, and I'm tired of that lie. So no, Ms. Harris, I never asked him to. Deputy District Attorney got it. Ms. Harris, give me a spot. They did this voluntarily and for a year, which was not normal. Wait a minute. After the incident, Kelsey received rent for an entire year after not speaking with Megan since incident. Covered by Megan's team. The term they has been used repeatedly. Why? Why would Megan pay her? Bro. That's man. I'm surprised he's not out of jail yet. I don't understand. In her own words, he is standing up over the window shooting. He's standing up. Oh, first of all, that doesn't even make sense because they say he was out of the car. So how's he standing up over the window shooting? But he never touched the gun.
In the car, shooting from the car, Megan.
He is standing up.
In the car, shooting from the car, Megan.
He is standing up over the window, shooting.
You sound dumb. I don't even want to read this shit no more. I'm reading it for you, Tory. I would have been stopped this, but I'm going to go all the way through it for you, bro. I got you, bro. A forensic expert testified that 90% of the DNA on the weapon belonged to an unknown male, not Tory Lanez. His DNA was not found on the magazine. Software used for analysis had documented instability and potential for false matches. An expert testified that if Tory had fired the gun 5 times, his DNA would have been expected on the weapon, but it wasn't found. Female DNA was found on the gun. Kelsey tested positive for GSR, but her DNA was never tested against the gun. The Tory Lanez DNA was not on the magazine and only 0.01% on the firearm. This amount is incredibly small, equivalent to picking a blade of grass from a football field. The mixture of donors in the sample, 51111 of the gun, was estimated by the STR mix software 90%, 5%, 3%, and 2% donors. The major 90% of the DNA could reliably be deduced from the mixture of DNA, and it did not match the defendant from the donors of 5%, 3%, 2% DNA mixture, and no DNA profile could be deduced. The latter indicates that the data of these donors is not reliable for comparison with possible donors. Now, let's go back to the same thing with the magazine. You talked about the handgun. Can you tell us explain what the LAPD concluded after testing the swab as the magazine from this swab as to the magazine from this case? Yes, when they tested the magazine, they saw that they had again at least 4 people, and so coincidence, maybe not. They aren't together. The magazine and the gun. There may have been some similarities there. I'm looking at that. They absolutely excluded Peterson. He is not one of those 4 people. He is not on the magazine. And so when they take a look at that, that's a clear exclusion. Can't be there by Mr. Whatever. Sir, counsel keeps saying about the gun, touching the gun. You can't exclude Mr. Peterson, sir. Is there any evidence as you sit here that people can say that Mr. Peterson touched that gun? Yes or no? No. And is that the same opinion that the LAPD criminalist has? That's correct. Sir, again, I'm going to ask you this, hypothetical, and I'm going to leave out the fact that it's my gun. If I pick up a gun from inside of a vehicle, I take that gun, I get out of the car, I shoot 5 times, I put the gun back in the car. What would you expect? My DNA to be on that gun, sir? I would, yes. Is my client, Mr. Peterson's DNA on that gun, sir? No. Not that we can tell. No. I have no further questions. FYI, Tory Lanez defense experts didn't receive the SCR mixed worksheet until the last minute due to a Brady violation. The worksheet only turned over at the defense request showed Tory Lanez was just a 0.01. I need to put that on the thumbnail. Contributor to the gun and excluded on the magazine, limiting the defense's ability to properly challenge the DNA evidence. The prosecution used up all of the DNA sample, so it could not be retested. You know what? Who is the judge on this case? Who judged this case? Judge who sentenced Tory. Judge David Hereford of Los Angeles County Superior Court sentenced Tory Lanez to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. He considered 2 aggravating factors, including the victim's vulnerability, and credited Lanez with 305 days already served. Bro, I feel like Tory, sue this nigga. Sue him too. Sue him too. Sue him too. Sue him too, and put everyone in jail, bro. There's so many people in jail for stuff like this that they never did, or they've been murdered for it, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody just making shit up. Because she need to protect her image. I can't have that on my image. This is all because somebody wanted to protect their image. They were already a liar. They were already violent. They already had history of all these things. She's a drunk. I've dealt with a girl like this. I've dealt with a girl just like this. So I already know how this played out. You know what I'm saying? I was in his shoes. I had been through all of this. We was going through all of this extra shit, and I was in his shoes. So I kind of understand all of this situation probably better than most. And people who know me know what I'm talking about.
Why would I lie? You want me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth.
Huh? Why would I lie? Why alter the text? What text? Text messages evidence appeared edited. The text messages used in court differed from versions shared publicly by Megan's team. Oh, buddy. Alex with private gym. 7727 Woodrow Wilson Drive. Missing. Oh, yeah. Woodrow Wilson, hella close. Oh, yeah. Woodrow Wilson, hella close. Just don't tell Alex we 10 minutes away from him. LOL, shit. Laugh emoji. Security 101. Going from Ferris to pick up another car we bought right back. And here go to help. Tory shot Meg, 911. Help. Tory shot Meg and handled me, 911. What? Text message evidence appears edited. Text messages used in court different from shared by public by Megan's phone. Missing phrases raise questions about whether evidence presented to the jury and now to the public was selectively edited or incomplete. No, it was definitely cleaned up. It was definitely cleaned up. We know that. They ain't no lawyers. They're regular people, so they definitely cleaned it up. They definitely cleaned it up. You know, people when they get caught up, they start changing evidence mad fast because they don't know what to do. But her legal team was like, "Oh, like I'm quite sure they was like, oh, why did you do that?" You know what I'm saying? That's not really saying nothing. I don't understand what and handled me. What does that mean? In her own words, dance, bitch. Did he really say that? Let's see.
And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance.
Yo, straight up. if she get arrested for this and they really go through all of this, I mean the proof is there. But if she get arrested, I swear I need everybody to go to Twitter and hashtag dance bitch. That if she get caught up for this shit, hashtag dance bitch. I swear, bro. I swear I want to make a movie. Bro, this is the most bullshit I've ever seen in my life. It's so clear, so cut. What is it? It's so clear. The evidence is so in your face. It doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just, again, like I said before, it's someone protecting their money. That's all this is. It's all about the money. Audio undermines the dance bitch claim. The now public Ring camera audio confirms 5 gunshots, but does not capture Tory Lanez saying, dance, bitch. Dance, bitch. Huh? Why they didn't catch him saying that? That's what it looked like. He grabbed a hand, you know. I mean, but how would he hear that? How would you hear dance bitch? Like, I don't even hear nobody talking. So what does that mean? You could hear the conversation correct. Yeah, quite clearly. Excuse me, quite clearly. Quite clearly. But at any point, did you hear anybody say dance bitch? Oh, the guy. He's asking the guy. Okay. No. When you got out of the car, did anybody say dance bitch? Did you hear a word? Did anybody say, did anybody saying, I guess he was saying, was anybody saying dance bitch? He said, no, I didn't. I don't know where that came from. So no, bro. Security, put security on Sean Kelly. Put security on Sean Kelly right now, bro. Only Megan has claimed this, unsupported by any audio or witness evidence. In her own words, I thought the doctors were the police.
I get to the hospital. The doctors do X-rays on my feet. Oh, ma'am, you got bullets in your feet. You got bullet fragments in your other foot. I'm thinking the doctors is the police. So I'm still trying not to tell them like, nah, I didn't know I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that.
I never heard somebody who got shot in the foot not scream. People who get cut in the foot, ooh, you get shot, oh, shit. You saying something. I never heard Sean Kelly say that he heard anybody scream neither. So if you got shot, where was the screaming part? We don't hear the exact. A person who never been shot is going to be frantic. They're going to be losing their fucking mind. They're going to be going crazy because they've been shot. Witch doctor, Megan. Medical facts don't match the narrative. Despite the conflicting reports, 25, 26, 24, 25, 26, none of these doctors were called to testify in court. And we can't even really look at none of this. This is way too small. Dr. Anthony Lafredo, ER 71220, described injury as a laceration from broken glass. There is no mention of gunshot wounds, fragments, or ballistic trauma. He also described Megan as pleasant and in no acute distress because she wasn't. She wasn't in no distress when they were talking to her when she was sitting down. A person who never been shot is not going to be acting nervous or be worried about their reputation. What are you talking about? I got shot and I'm worried about my reputation. I hope I'm not going to jail. We're not going to go to jail, right? I'm worried about my reputation. Bro, you need to go to jail. You need to go to jail right now. I'm not even joking, bro. I don't even cover stuff like this, but I'm going to start covering more stuff like this. Because I'm real. That's my name, Rio. I'm going to keep it real. Dr. Milton Little, orthopedic, 7/12/20, diagnosed bilateral gunshot wounds based on imaging. He removed 3 small fragments under general anesthesia and called wounds superficial, yet performed surgery. Claimed the fragments were bagged and given to police. Dr. Milton Little. I'm confused. Dr. Anna Howell, plastic surgery, 7/13/20, described wounds as superficial and cleanly closed. X-ray showed no fractures, minimal residual shrapnel. Dr. Howell treated for cellulitis infection, discharged without mention of ballistic trauma. Yeah, okay. You got 3 different stories here. I mean, well, 2 different stories. Forensic red flags and medical doubt. Okay, let's read this. Key medical findings. Radiology report. No I don't know the word, foreign bodies, no bullet fragments clearly visible on X-ray 27. Estimated blood loss, EBL, only 5 milliliters. Far too low for a gunshot wound to both feet. We literally see, bro, if I don't know who's in here right now, but if you go back, you'll see in that video. I'm going to go back in a second. I'm going to go back. Should I just go back now? I don't even know which one it is. But you can see her step on the glass. And then the police is like, oh, she cut herself just now. Bro, she wasn't even bleeding. She dropped a bottle out the car. Anyway, let me keep going. Wound closure. Wounds were closed immediately. Uncommon for gunshot injuries due to infection risk. No bone or joint damage. Rare for true gunfire-related foot injuries. You know, I don't know. Bullet fragments removed by Dr. Little but never preserved. Detectives admitted in court that fragments were lost. Ain't that like the best alibi? Oh, I lost it. I mean, it happened. I'm the only witness to it, but I lost it. Conflicting diagnosis. Broken glass, ER, Dr. Lafredo. Gunshot wound, ortho, Dr. Little. Cellulitis, infection, plastic surgery. Oh, no, so it is 3 different stories. Like I said the first time. Yeah, 3 different stories. Much of this evidence was never presented at trial. Tory Lanez original trial counsel joined the case late, limiting the defense ability to investigate these medical inconsistencies. All right, so we need to put them to trial, bro. Anthony J. Lafredo, Milton T. Little, and Anna Howell. The fragments went missing. After preliminary hearings, detectives stated bullet fragments were missing. Prosecutors later claimed LAPD had them and inconsistencies suggesting evidence management or miscommunication. Prosecutors claimed that the LAPD still has the bullet fragments allegedly removed from Megan's foot. Yet during the preliminary hearing, detectives Ryan Stogner stated that the fragments were missing. If LAPD had the fragments, why did they lead the investigator testify in this manner? The chain of custody comes to question with such a clear error. This casts doubts on the integrity and completeness of the evidence. Not the bullet fragments which were allegedly removed from Megan's ankles. They can't be loaded correct. And they can't be located, correct. And you indicated that you reviewed the medical reports from Cedars, or at least some of them. Yes. Did you read the report that called the findings superficial injuries? Yes. Ms. Holly, nothing further. Like I said, I'm just going through it for you, Tory. Free Tory. I hope they don't arrest a VTuber like they did Chris Brown. As soon as Chris Brown say free Tory, they put him in jail. Megan's faulty claims and med records. Was there a lot of pain afterwards? Yes, I couldn't walk for a while, and I couldn't feel the side of my left foot. Did you have nerve damage? Yes, I still have nerve damage. And what do you mean by that? I can't really feel the left side of my foot. On August 17, she went to the club with an ace bandage on her left foot, despite claiming to have been shot in both feet. Bro, it doesn't make sense. It just don't make sense. You didn't think this through. And, you know, Megan is young, so she's not clever. You know, she can write a rhyme, but it doesn't make you clever. You're still young. You're not going to be able to put the whole case together, but there's gonna always be evidence out there of shit like this. With your foot all up in the camera. I wish I could zoom in. Oh my. I wish I could zoom in. I don't know why they did it so I can't zoom in. That's so dumb. And based on the evidence, is that I can zoom in on here, but it's just too much work. Too much work. And based on your evidence, is that and based on your experience, is that did you see anything that there was any nerve damage or any of those fragments penetrate or any of those fragments penetrate and touch the nerve or any of that? Did you see anything like that? We did not identify any nerve involvement on the left side. No further questions. What are we talking about? There was also no sign of nerve damage per the doctor's testimony, even though Megan insisted she suffered from nerve damage. Moments that showed Tory cared. Contrary to popular belief, Tory showed care and concern for Megan. I said this. I've been saying this. Running for the gun. She left to go to the bus stop. He went to talk to her, bringing her back in. Like, what are we talking about?
Address that the incident occurred, the shooting happened?
Nah, I don't know the
No?
address, bro. I was just trying to help my girlfriend. 1 second, bro.
Stay right here for me, bro.
Mego.
Hey, we got an ambulance coming for her, okay? Hey, bro, step up right here. We got an ambulance coming for her, all right?
Let me hear that.
Mego.
Hey, we got an ambulance coming for her, okay? Hey, bro, step up right here. We got an ambulance coming for her, okay? Hey, we got an ambulance coming for her, okay? Hey, bro, step up right here. We got an ambulance coming for her, all right?
Just a quick question.
It's gonna be good.
Do you have any injuries on you?
No, I don't.
Do you need an R?
Sure. I got to come for your friend now, okay?
Okay.
Do you want to talk about what happened tonight?
Just trying to get my girl's safety this year.
Your girl to safety?
Let me hear that one more time.
Do you want to talk about what happened tonight?
Just trying to get my girl's safety this year.
Your girl to safety?
Come on, man. You can't make a person a criminal because you just don't like them. Because you don't like somebody, you got to make them a criminal. It's crazy. Misinterpreted apology. What Tory really meant. Many have pointed to Tory Lanez's jail call of admission of guilt in the shooting, but this is a misrepresentation. Tory has publicly clarified that his apology was never about a shooting, but about the drama caused by sleeping with two close friends and getting caught. He acknowledged that his actions created a volatile situation, but firmly stated, "I would never do anything like this." Prosecutorial misconduct concerns. Oh yeah, we need to see this. We know that the prosecutors, every prosecutor, court is crooked in general, so it's not even like we're learning something that's new. Prosecutors intend to use Tory Lanez's rap lyrics, tattoos, and uncharged prior incidents to prejudice the jury. Mentioning Tory Lanez's right to not testify potentially violated his constitutional protections. Tory Lanez's choice to testify or not is a protected constitutional right. The fact that a defendant does not testify on his own behalf should not be fodder for the court's nor interpretation of guilt. Justice requires clarity, fairness, and facts, not assumptions. I'm going to say it one more time. Justice requires clarity, fairness, and facts, not assumptions. Bro, I'm in the middle of the screen right now. Put me in the middle of the screen right now, bro. Let me know if y'all believe her. You believe her? You really believe that? Y'all ever believe that? I know there's like girls who's gonna ride or die for her, and you know the other people, they're gonna ride or die for her because they want to see her drop some cheeks and shake a little butt. But other than that, who didn't believe that she was a liar? Everyone knew she was lying. Nobody believed that. I don't think that anybody even believed that she was going to I don't think people even believe that she was going to get away with it. That's my whole belief system for that. You know, I don't believe anybody was dumb enough, but I just think that everybody is just going to ride the wave of what everybody else is saying because it's popular opinion. This world is full of sheep. You're going to learn this if you don't know this. The world is full of sheep. I'm tired of talking about it. I don't believe Tory Lanez is guilty. I believe Megan Thee Stallion is a liar. I believe that both of them should go to jail for sending a man to jail. And I think they should do further investigation on what really happened to Tory Lanez in that prison. Because that looked like a hit. It didn't look like a random altercation. Like, what are we talking about? They don't look like after all of this evidence come out, all of a sudden something happened. After nothing happened for 2 years, and now all of this happened. Like, what are you talking about? And then we find out y'all paying for the person who shot you's apartment for a whole year. You pay a rent for a year. Come on, man. I never even dove into this thing, but I'm glad I didn't because I don't need all this negativity in my brain. Like, this is annoying. You know what I'm saying? This is clearly annoying. It's like, when you know something is wrong and you still, like, and you can't do nothing about it. Like, everybody knows, but everybody's just letting it happen. Like, that's annoying. That's why I stay to myself. I done got away from all of that toxic energy, baby. I am not I am not into that. I don't know. But that's my opinion. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me to watch this video because I just saw it and I was just like, oh, let me stop what I'm doing. Let me get into it. So I appreciate the few little viewers that came through to watch this live with me and all the ones who's going to come watch it later on. Do me a favor. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I really need that. It helps me, you know, do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the Show Mirage. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.